is one of those nights that I hope you remember because we are going to change the game of health in your home and those surrounding you. Now, let's get into it. I want to start with our mission. Healthy Homes' mission is creating healthier homes all around the world, and we want to be your partners in health. And in order to do that, it was important that we followed a product philosophy, something that my partners and I determined early on in Healthy Home is how we were going to bring products to market. Now, what we didn't want to do is do what a lot of companies do is just kind of stick with one product category. We knew if you wanted to partner with us for a healthier home, we needed to bring forward unique products in different product categories. And so what we do is we partner with the leading researchers and scientists from all around the world. These are researchers and scientists that have spent years studying ingredients, have clinical science backing certain formulas. And then what we do is we become the channel for these natural product breakthroughs. And this product is no different. But what is different is this product itself. Once in a while, when something comes across your desk and you start to understand not just the ingredients behind this and the formula, but more importantly, the need for this product, it starts to feel different. And in this particular case, early on, we could tell that there was a need for this, not just the product, but even the conversation surrounding this product that was going to impact Healthy Home in a momentous way. So, what is this all about? I want to talk to you about hormone health, and specifically women's hormone health. Did you know today that women are experiencing hormone imbalance earlier than ever? Things like anxiety, weight gain, and even women experiencing premenopausal symptoms in their 30s and 40s can all be attributed to an imbalance of hormones. Now, we know that there is a problem out there because we've seen a massive rise in hormone replacement therapy and bioidentical hormones. So women are searching for solutions. Now, at Healthy Home, we partner with the leading researchers and scientists in this arena to create a natural product, a natural breakthrough solution in a very growing problem, which is hormone imbalance. So it is my pleasure to announce Healthy Home's newest and latest natural product breakthrough, Balance.
Life seems unstoppable for those in balance. It feels like energy, focus, and confidence flow effortlessly for everyone else. But we understand it's not always that easy. When your hormones fall out of balance, everything changes. Sleepless nights, mood swings, unexplained weight gain, and hot flashes can disrupt even the brightest days. From thinning hair and skin issues to persistent fatigue, hormonal imbalances take a serious toll on your body, mood, and overall well-being. What's more, modern life isn't making it any easier. Environmental toxins, highly processed foods, and endocrine disruptors are triggering hormonal shifts earlier than ever, leaving some women experiencing perimenopause symptoms as early as their 30s, from night sweats to hot flashes. These changes can leave even the most confident women feeling overwhelmed and helpless. But you don't have to navigate it alone. Introducing Balance, a proprietary transdermal hormone solution designed to help you regain energy, enhance focus, and restore confidence. Our custom 14-ingredient formula seamlessly blends science and nature, using clinically proven and scientifically backed ingredients to support your body's natural rhythms. Designed to restore balance, this powerful blend was created to smooth the ups and downs of fluctuating hormones. No synthetic hormones, just plant-based power. What sets Balance apart is our transdermal nanoshield technology, an advanced cellular transport system. This innovation encapsulates and protects active ingredients from breaking down, delivering them directly into your cells where they're needed most. That means better absorption and maximum benefits with every use. From promoting better sleep, energy, and mood, to reducing symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats. Balance supports you in every way. It even helps with skin, hair, and weight management. Because feeling balanced should restore confidence. With its plant-based ingredients, breakthrough hormone solution, and a 60-day money-back guarantee, there's no reason to wait. Confidence and balance are just one application away. Contact the person who shared this video with you or visit healthyhome.com for more information.
Introducing Balance, Healthy Home's latest natural product breakthrough. This product is specifically designed to help women balance their ever-changing hormones as they age. Now, this product is targeted towards all women everywhere because when you're in your 30s, you start to see that imbalance of hormones. When you move into your 40s and 50s, you get into the premenopausal phase, and certainly even into your menopausal phase, all of your hormones need balancing, and that's exactly what this product does. This exclusive to Healthy Home and unique product is being produced right here in the United States. And there are clinical studies attached to the ingredients in this product showing that it can indeed balance your hormones. So let's hear from our formulators and our formulating partners on how this revolutionary new product works and some of the science behind it.
Dr. Lindsay, a doctor of naturopathy, not medicine, and I have been in the natural products and natural wellness industry for almost 40 years. So I love formulating. I've created over 1,000 different natural product formulations over the years, and I'm happy to be here. Weston?
Hey guys, my name is Weston Horn. I'm a nutritional herbalist and I'm board certified in structural integration. I spent the last 16 years in private practice working with people, helping them get well naturally and holistically. And then also I've been a formulator for the greater part of that time and joined forces with Lindsay Duncan a few years ago. And that kind of brings us to what we want to talk about today. I want to give you guys a little bit of background of where this balance cream hormone formula came from. A lot of what Lindsay and I still spend our time doing is working, one-on-one with people. And what happens when you work one-on-one with people is you see trends and patterns definitely show up, and some things almost dominate the consults as we work with people over time. One of those has been hormones. There's been an absolute invasion on the hormones of the average person from every different source. If you look at what's happening to the pollution of the oceans, the pollution of our food chain, things like BPA, which is an estrogenic compound in its origin, all the way down to skincare and cosmetics, phthalates and parabens, and all these things that are basically disrupting the environment of balance and hormones. It was apparent that we needed to do something about it.
So there's been an invasion of our bloodstream, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, and I've been saying that for 40 years. People thought I was crazy 40 years ago, and now it's all backed up by science. So let's dig into this formula and show why it's brilliant and why it's absorbed and why everybody should be using this.
Yeah. So the first thing that we think about as formulators and practitioners is that we want to create something that's truly natural. So far, the options that have existed in the world of hormones have been bioidentical hormones or chemical interventions. And what we wanted to really do is say, well, what is going to be the most natural and effective option? Of course, this is the things that we work with every single day. And that would be herbs, that would be essential oils, that would be natural compounds. And so we started formulating and putting together a cream that basically would allow these ingredients to get into the body. And the reason why that's so important is that we often talk about this as building or giving the precursors to hormones rather than controlling or dominating or trying to force something upon the body. When you do it in a natural way, you're basically giving the body the building blocks and the precursors to do it itself. So a lot of the compounds, a lot of the herbs in this formula do exactly that. They give precursoring compounds for the body to build hormones correctly. And the most bioidentical hormone is always going to be the one that your own body makes, of course, not one that's going to be derived, chemically or otherwise.
Weston, is there clinical evidence behind the top ingredients in the formula?
Every single ingredient that we formulate with has to pass a bar for clinical evidence or we don't use it.
Let me give you just an example. I'm going to give one example, and then I want you to give one.
Yep.
So we put chasteberry tree in the formula from the chasteberry tree, and it's absolutely incredible. And if everybody just Googles or ChatGPT, does chasteberry balance human hormones? Is there any clinical evidence that chasteberry supports, enhances the hormones? The answer is going to be absolutely 100% yes. So the real question you want to ask is, what's the mechanism of action? It works on the HPO axis. So we all have heard about the gut-brain axis, but not everybody has heard about the HPO axis. The HPO is basically the hypothalamic, pituitary, and ovarian axis. And what it does is it regulates, absolutely enhances, and it regulates the reproductive hormones. That's critical. Another way it acts on the body, the human body, and the hormones is it increases the luteinizing hormones. So if you look into this, you'll see this is exactly what you want. You don't want man coming in and forcing your hormones to go one way or another way. That's how we get cancers. That starts to break the body down. You want to encourage the body to produce its own balanced hormones, and that's what we're doing. The interesting thing about chasteberry is it does not contain any hormones itself. None.
Yeah.
But it has a mechanism, it has multiple mechanisms of action that do the job for us. It gets the body, it encourages the body to balance this HPO axis that's so important. It gets the body to increase the luteinizing hormones that's so important. And it actually gets the body to favor the progesterone over the estrogen. So part of the problem is that people's estrogen, toxic estrogen levels are too high. And when that happens, you lose the ability to have a balance between estrogen and progesterone. When this herb in itself balances that, and it leans the scale, it tips the scale towards progesterone versus estrogen. That's only one example.
Yeah, and Lindsay, why would you caution people about just jumping first into the chemical hormones or the bioidentical hormones?
Good question. You're forcing, man comes along, thinks he's brilliant, says, I'm going to force this woman's body to produce something, and I'm going to force it I'm going to force the hormones to adjust the way I want them to. It's superimposing on the body. The body doesn't know how to react, and boom, that's when you start getting these estrogen-induced cancers. You got estrogen-induced toxins, you got estrogen-induced cancers, and you got estrogen problems everywhere. You can't force the body to produce and to do the hormones that you think it needs. You have to let the body balance. You have to let the body to support itself, and that's exactly what the formula does.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like when you start really reading and pouring through all the information out there from the Lancet Journal, the Journal of American Medical Association, the British Medical Journal, New England Journal of Medicine, there's caution there. And people always have to realize that there is a risk reward analysis that has to be done. Okay, this might help my symptoms, but is it going to cause, potential higher risk down the road? So kind of circling that back to the reason why it's so important to do this natural is that should be the first choice that everyone has, right? We're dealing with this explosion of hormone imbalance. 80% of women going through menopause are going to have moderate to severe symptoms. This is stuff that will interrupt their quality of life, wake them up in the middle of the night because they're having a hot flash, interrupt their sleep, not allow them to build muscle in their later years, which is so important for vitality and health and longevity, and we could just go on and on and on. The first choice should always be the safe choice, and the safe choice is using what we've put into this formula. Now, again, there's maybe place for the medical risk, analysis to come into place down the road, but why wouldn't, you choose the natural one? As an herbalist, this is the thing I've always told people, is that there are natural solutions, there are proper ways of doing things. Why not try that first before you go down the other route?
Yep. And we don't know the effects of superimposing something on the body.
Hmm.
However, we do know the effects of encouraging the body to do the job that it's supposed to do. And
Yep.
the effects are brilliant. They're beautiful. So it comes down to this. Who knows more about the human body and nature, or man? That's an easy answer. The human body, nature, our bodies know what to do. We have to give them the building blocks to do it. So
Yeah.
when people say, well, why does this problem exist? It didn't exist 100 years ago or 200 years ago. Well, the reason why is because of the antibiotics that they're shooting into the animals and the chemicals and the hormones. They're making these animals grow where they can't even move, and they're breaking their legs by just standing there because they're fattening them up, and they're using hormones to fatten them up so they can sell more and make more money because they get more per pound. And so that along with the plastics, along with the estrogens and the xenoestrogens and the chemicals, all these things, they all do one thing. They remember this word, they disrupt. They disrupt the human hormone balance, period. And what a product like this does is it undisrupts, it balances, it neutralizes, it starts to get the body back to the point of state of homeostasis, which is what we're all looking for, especially women with their hormones.
Yep. So there's kind of two major ways that this formula does that. We've mentioned kind of the building blocks, giving the body what it needs so it can produce more of its hormones itself. But there's also a lot of these compounds in the formula that we call mimicking compounds. So if you look at something like flaxseed or isoflavones, there's these phytoestrogens. Well, phytoestrogen is not estrogen. Phyto means plant estrogens. And these
Right.
plant estrogens will come in and basically give the effect of the estrogen being there so that you get a reduction in the symptoms, but then you don't pay the price of everything Lindsay was just talking about of increased risk of
Breast,
disease,
yeah,
right?
breast
Breast
cancer,
cancer,
cardio.
thrombosis, stroke, heart disease. I mean, the list goes on. You don't want to raise those so high that you increase your risk. You want to give those mimicking kind of compounds, and that's all throughout the formula. Multiple different ingredients have that, from the flaxseed to the red clover to the isoflavones. They're very um, smartly and expertly put there for a reason.
Yeah.
So that would bring us to our next thing of, who do you think this is best for, Lindsay? Who would you recommend uses a formula like this?
Uh, I think it's for all women. I mean, I don't know a female body or male body that has not been affected by this hormone disruption. It's like saying, who's not affected by the hormones being shot into animals or being put into our food chain or in our water, the hormones in our water supply. Who's not affected by plastics? Who's not affected by the estrogens, the xenoestrogens, the chemicals, all of the stuff that's bombarding us daily? I don't know anybody. And that's why this is so far reaching, and that's why it's affecting so many people. So for me, if you're a female over 21, 22 and above, I say all the way up to 80s and 90s, I think it's fantastic. Look, Weston, I take the formula. I take the
Yeah.
formula, I put it on my inside my forearms, and I do that 4 days a week, and I love it. I can tell that it's balancing my hormones.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We've trialed this formula with people all the way from 20 years old up to 80-year-old.
Wow.
And what we're seeing is, definitely we designed this to be super impactful to the perimenopause, during menopause,
Yeah.
postmenopause, right? It's going to give a gentle lift to all those hormones that have been decreasing and diminishing, which is natural during that time, but you still want to retain a certain amount of those hormones. But all the way back, like, we're seeing these hormonal imbalances, like Lindsay's saying, in 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
That was never happening 60 years ago, even. That was
Look
never
at the
happening 100 years ago.
look at the young girls having their periods so early now that it's absolutely unbelievable. It's actually shocking the
Yep.
age that some of these young girls are now starting their menses. It's unbelievable.
Yep. And a lot of them, the way that that's showing up is anxiety and high estrogen
Yep.
imbalance. And so
Yep.
we specifically designed this formula to be a calming formula to introduce into the body, help reduce those symptoms that people are going through, as well as metabolize those harmful estrogens. Because again, it's not just that you have estrogen in the body, you have types that are a lot more harmful than others. You
Correct.
want to be able to metabolize those types of estrogens and be able to get rid of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Weston, what about why did we choose a transdermal? Why did we choose something that you rub on your body when most of the products that we've ever created have been ingestible, something that you ingest versus something that you put on your body, transdermal.
Yeah, so this is actually really fun. This was one of the things that we really sat down and started looking at what we wanted to do. And we said, we got to do something different. So many of the people we work with, just think about this for a second, have gut issues and have digestive issues. And if you think about a supplement that you take, of course, you want to supplement well, but that has to go through a process before it can get through the body. It's got to be going through digestion. It's got to go through the microbiome. It's got to go through absorption.
Liver.
Some people have such impaired digestive systems that are in these hormonal imbalances that is a long process and an inefficient process. So to go even faster and quicker into the delivery system, we chose a transdermal delivery system. So what this is basically a cream that you take a pump of, you apply it on your inner arms, or you apply it on your lower abdomen or your inner thigh. And what we did was we took all the active ingredients and we made them have the ability to absorb through the fat layer of the skin. So just a quick anatomical lesson. If you looked at the top layers of your skin, that's a lipid system. What that means, if I get into the shower and I'm soaking in water, I'm not going to look like a balloon coming out of the shower where I've absorbed all that water, right? That fat layer repels water. Thank goodness, or else we would really blow up when we got into the shower or we got into the hot tub. But what that also means is that if you want to get something directly into the bloodstream, you have to put it in a fat-soluble transdermal system. So all of the extracts that we actually did two types. We did water extracts because some of those compounds extract the best in water, but we also did an oil and fat extract. But then we combined that and did a very proprietary system where we covered everything with phospholipids and fat layer so that as soon as it touches the skin, within 30 seconds, it's in your bloodstream. And I can tell you that this is happening because multiple people we've given this to will put it on and then they go, I can taste the essential oils on my tongue. I can taste it in my mouth. I can feel that throughout my whole body. That's going into your bloodstream, and it's not having to go fight through the digestive system. Again, not that that's always a bad thing, but if you want something that's going to work fast and get into the bloodstream and circulate and have that positive effect now on all the glands and all the hormone secreting areas of the body, that's the fastest and most efficient way of doing it.
Yep. I want to share something because what I really want people to do is I want people to question us and I want them to do their own research. This is really important. If you research, if you go to your web browser or you go to ChatGPT and you just say, can hormone creams be absorbed better or more effectively or more efficiently by the body if they are transdermal versus ingestion? Here's what you're going to come up with. I'm going to read just two clinical trials for you that were done. And I'm going to read word for word. When hormones like progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone are taken orally, they pass through the liver first. It's called first pass metabolism, which can reduce their potency before they reach circulation. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that transdermal estrogen therapy avoids liver metabolism, leading to more stable blood hormone levels compared to oral estrogen. Gonna read one more. A 1999 study in the European Journal of Endocrinology compared oral versus transdermal progesterone and found that topical progesterone led to stable hormone levels with fewer side effects than oral progesterone, which undergoes significant breakdown in the liver. Here's the key now. This is the highlight of this formula. Transdermal progesterone has been known to increase tissue levels effectively even when blood levels appear lower, indicating direct cellular absorption. End quote.
Yep.
Don't know what else to say when we talk about metabolism absorption. So you basically have three philosophies here. You have nature or man. I'm going to choose nature. You have forcing the body or allowing the body to do its job. I'm going to choose allowing. And then you have absorption and difficulty through the first phase of metabolism in the liver, where it breaks down what you're trying to get into the bloodstream, or immediate transdermal absorption into the bloodstream. I will take the immediate bypassing the liver, which is exactly what we're doing.
Yep. So that's it, everybody. We have spent so much time perfecting this formula. We've really dialed it in. We're excited for everyone in the Healthy Home group to try it, and let us know your results as soon as you get it in your hands.
And give yourself 90 days. Most people feel it within the first few weeks, but give yourself 90 full days. You can test before and after if you want to, or you can just feel and enjoy the benefits. But we hope that you all love this formula. We absolutely love it.
Thank you so much, Weston and Dr. Lindsay, for giving us some insights of how balance is actually working in the body. Now, this conversation is certainly a hot topic. It's something that a lot of women are talking about, or maybe even something that they're just learning about of how these imbalances can impact your everyday life. So we have a very special roundtable discussion led by our very own Dr. Amber DeGrassi. And Dr. Amber DeGrassi pulled a group of women together to really talk about how hormone balance and hormone health is at the forefront of a lot of women's minds today.
Hello, everybody. This is Amber DeGrassi. I'm founder of Healthy Home, and what an exciting day. We just released Balance. This is going to change millions of women's lives. And I am so grateful and blessed. I got to spend a weekend with tens of thousands of women looking to be educated on healthy products and healthy solutions for hormone balancing. And I'm here to tell you, people are looking. We have billions of women on the planet right now that are experiencing imbalance in their hormones. I mean, there's over 130 different symptoms that we can have. So we are so happy that Healthy Home has created a powerful solution. And I am here with some powerhouse women today. I've got Jody Hogenhoff, I've got Michelle Heiser, and Kelly Duncan Smith. And so I'm so excited that you get to hear from them today. And Jody, I'm going to start with you. You know, Jody, everybody comes to you and talks to you about your hormone balanced body. And so I'd love for you to share a little bit about your experience.
Okay, Amber, thank you so much for having me. I love this. I love being able to talk with a panel of women and just talk girl stuff because it's stuff we all go through. So I had to, well, first let me start with my age because a lot of people always ask me how old I am. And I am happy to say I'm 58 years old, but I do truly feel like my body is balanced. You know, I had to go through something maybe most women don't have to go through, but I decided to do a full hysterectomy because of family history. But I was afraid of it, Amber. I was afraid because of menopause. You wake up directly in menopause. And I was so nervous, I almost canceled